So you've jumped from Windows to Linux, and suddenly you're lost, right? You're looking for that familiar C drive and it's just gone. Everything feels completely different. Don't worry, you're not alone. Today we are going to make sense of it all. We're demystifying the Linux file system, and we're starting right now.
Okay, just look at this, right off the bat. Over on the left, that's the Windows world we all know. You got your C drive, your D drive, each one is its own little island. But then, look to the right, that's Linux. See the big difference? There's only one place where everything starts. And that right there is the #1 rule you gotta get. Forget about juggling different drive letters. In Linux, the entire system, everything, is organized under one single unified tree. It's a huge shift in how you think about files, but trust me, it's so powerful once it clicks.
So what is this single starting point? Well, let's dive into our first big idea, what we call the universal root tree. And honestly, the best way to picture it is as a big upside-down tree.
At the very, very top of this upside-down tree is the root directory, and it's represented by just a single /. That's it, not C:\\, just slash. Every file, every folder, every single thing on your computer lives somewhere under this one root. It all begins here.
And this diagram, it just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the slash, the root, right at the top. And from there, you see all these branches spreading out, like home, etc., and USR. And then from those, even more branches appear. See how it's all one continuous tree? This illustration shows exactly how everything, and I mean everything, connects back to that one single origin point.
All right, here's another concept that might bend your brain a little. In the world of Linux, pretty much everything is treated as a file. The program you're running, it's a file. Your keyboard, the system sees it as a file. And yeah, even a directory, it's just a special type of file that basically holds a list of other files. It's this consistency that makes Linux so incredibly elegant. Okay, so if the root is the start of our map, what are the big landmarks? Let's take a quick tour of the most important neighborhoods you're going to find branching off from that root. First up is /home. This is your spot. This is where you live. For every user on the system, there's a personal folder right here. So if your name is Sue, all your documents, your downloads, your pictures, they're all going to be in /home/Sue. It's your personal space.
Next, let's pop over to /bin, which is short for binaries. You can think of this as the system's share tool shed. It's packed with all the essential command programs that everybody needs to use. You know, commands like ls to list files or cp to copy them. These are the basic tools of the trade.
And then we have /etc. This place is kind of like the system's control panel, or its brain. It holds all the system-wide configuration files. You know, the settings that tell programs how to behave, or tell your network how to connect. All that important stuff lives right in here. As you get better with Linux, you'll be spending a lot of time in /etc. So, just to run that back real quick. /home is your personal neighborhood. /bin is the tool shed with all the fundamental commands. And /etc is the control panel for all the system settings. Got it? Those are 3 key places you need to know from day 1.
All right, so you've got the map, you know where the key neighborhoods are, but how do you actually move around? Well, for that, you're going to need a basic navigation kit.
And you know what? You only really need 3 commands to get started. First is pwd. That stands for Print Working Directory, and it just tells you where am I right now. Then you've got ls, which lists what's in here. And finally, cd, for Change Directory, which is how you say, let's go somewhere else. That's it. These 3 are your absolute best friends. Now, to use that cd command, you have to understand something called paths. An absolute path, that's like giving a full street address. It starts all the way from the root, the slash, and it tells you the complete route like /home/Sue/pictures. A relative path, on the other hand, is like giving directions from where you're standing right now, like just go into the pictures folder from here. The biggest clue? Absolute paths always start with that /.
All right, let's put this into practice. Let's pull up that file system map again. I think it's time for a little navigation challenge, just to make sure this all sticks. Okay, look at the map. Imagine you are currently inside Sue's folder, /home/Sue. Now, using a relative path, how would you get over to the pets directory? Let's trace it out. From Sue, you have to go up 1 level to get to home. To do that, we use 2 dots, ... Okay, now we're in home. From there, we need to go down into Fred and then down into pets.
So the whole path would be /Fred/pets. That trick for go up one level, you are going to use that all the time.
Okay, so we've got the map, we've got the navigation tools, let's put it all together and see what this actually looks like in practice. It's time to take our first steps.
Here is a super common thing you'll do, like 100 times a day. First, you type PWD, just to make sure you know where you are. Then you type LS to see what's around you. You spot a folder you want, maybe pictures, so you type CD Pictures to move into it. And once you're inside, you type LS again to see what's in there. See that? It's a simple little dance. Where am I? What's here? Let's go there. What's here now?
And that's really the heart of it all. The Linux file system, yeah, it might seem a little weird when you first see it, but it's not actually complicated. It's an incredibly logical and consistent system. It's a powerful way to organize a computer, and it was designed from the ground up to give you clarity and control. So there you have it. We've given you the map, that big upside-down tree, and we've given you the keys to get around, PWD, LS, and CD. The system isn't some big, scary mystery anymore. It's a world just waiting for you to explore. So I guess my only question for you is, where are you going to go first? Thanks for tuning in.